Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 31st Tech Talk today. Happy Friday, happy weekend. So today we're going to talk about seizing the opportunity of having to turn our code into a potential business opportunity for you. So I'll show you a bit how this could easily be done if you just go to our GitHub repository and kind of see our code there. So let's do just that. We have our GitHub here, and you can see that this is the example. So I will share it also in the chat, so you can click on it. So let me just do that right away, so you can follow. So this is. It should appear in the chat. Okay, cool. Yeah, and for those, you can type it in github.com/46elks/samples blob, and you will get to the master example free text wall. Today we're going to tackle the text wall. It's just one of the examples for having to turn our code into your business opportunity. So for these purposes, all you need is a 46elks account. You need a number from 46elks also, and you need access to a public server. So a place where you can put the code and have it be accessed by the public. So yeah, let me just go ahead and share. Let me just share the whole process with the number. And first, we're going to set up the account and the number, and then we're going to go through the code. So this is the code example. Let's share now let's share the number. So it is here. Yeah. So if you go to let's go to the dashboard. So let's go to the home page. So if you go to your home page, you go to your dashboard, you go to your numbers, and here are all the numbers I have. And you go to edit. And why am I sharing this? Because in order to make this possible, we need to have a number that is also, as your code, is publicly available, and someone can use that number to send a message onto a text wall, onto a certain displayed text wall. We will kind of dive into the nuances of it, but in order for this to work, you need to define where do you want us as 46elks when we get the messaging for that certain number, where do you want us to kind of redirect that messaging? So I have put up this SMS URL, and let's just copy paste this. So this is the public server I was talking about. Let's go directly to the URL, and this is the text wall. So I'll show you the code for it, so you get a better understanding. Here we go. Okay. I'll remove the caption. So what you see now is a simple terminal. So I use the terminal access. You can also use FTP if you want. FileZilla, other popular FTP file transferring protocols, where you have a nice user interface where you can manipulate the code. So let me just see if everything works here. Oh, okay. I will need to reconnect. So this is the SSH root, the IP of my server, publicly available server. I'll just type in the code here, the password here. Hopefully get it right. Got it right. And go to the, okay, I'll do it by like this. Okay, have to get out. Okay, and go to the publicly available folder. So that is the folder. So HTML by default when you install Apache, but it can be named anything. So here is where I placed the example from GitHub. So this is the link. This is where I placed the textwall.php as it's visible here. We also have some another text file, but this is important, like having that textwall.php. So let's access textwall. So this is the code for it. You can do a lot of changes here. You can kind of modify it for your needs. But the thing is, you are required to change this key to something unique. Why? Because we, as previously mentioned, have that US SMS URL where we kind of send out all the messaging that we get for a certain number that you rented with us. We send it out to that specific URL. So I just mentioned the text wall part, but I didn't mention the whole thing. So this is like exactly what it should look like. Just a sec. So let me share the screen. So yeah, we'll return back to this and go to the sec. So this is, I'm back to the dashboard. This is these are my numbers that I have rented from 46 Elks. You can name your numbers. I named mine Textwall so I can make a difference when I kind of work on it. You go to the edit, and here you can see it says, we'll make an HTTP post request to the URL you set below whenever we receive incoming traffic to this specific number. So I had defined the public URL, the public IP for the IP for the public server, textfall.php, what you saw before, and the key, like this very specific key, in order to make a difference when I use other files and other resources on that server, the same server, so it doesn't get lost in the messaging. So this is something that I just made up, like key equals whatever. It was already a done example. So yeah, let me get back to let me just get back to the terminal. Yep. So yeah, we have a lot of things that we could change here. So that key gives you a specific URL. And it tells you here that you can configure the SMS URL to be something along those lines. And you can change the HTML layout to whatever you would like. Yeah. Whenever an incoming SMS is detected, then this date, first year, then month will this text file will appear with the messaging inside, encrypted, but it will be inside. We load the current message file. We can map phone numbers to people's names. So I mapped my phone number to my name. I could remove this if I wanted to, but so just you can tell that anyone else sending, you will get just this number. You will not get it associated with a name, Renee. Yeah, we have the head title. So what you will see in the tab, text wall is sample using 46 elks. Yeah, you also get, so I put the H1, the big title. It is questions from the audience, but it could be a number of things. So like the whole point of this is to have important messaging to a larger audience being sent out. So you have restaurants, you have large venues, you have this big screens that you want to send out a message with. You can have your venue staff or a conference be aware of a certain number where they can just text a message to that certain number, and that then the messaging will appear to the public. But it could also be used to have feedback for the restaurant chefs. So you leave a number, and if you like the meal, you can leave a number below the menu, and a certain customer can leave a feedback to the chef. So that's a cool way of communicating with customers. It could be kind of a new channel that you could use. So yeah, we will get sent from, and we will get the phone and the message. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Pretty much straightforward. Again, you can go to the github.com/46elks sample PHP example of a text wall. We call it text wall because you can have a wall of texts there. All right, um, let's push forward. I will now share the URL of the public page. All right, let me just get to it. Okay. So we have, okay, text wall sample. All right. So I used in the terminal, the H1 was question from the audience. So this is a good, like, let's think about this example. So you have a big audience, like 100 plus people. Sometimes it's hard to catch questions. Sometimes you cannot have all of the people talking at the same time. It gets confusing with the microphone. Perhaps someone does not want to have the spotlight on him or her. So, question from the audience: we could have also put up the number. The number is 4676. If you remember, the one that we rented out. So I have obviously tested using this number, so you can tell on my mobile phone the last message I sent was, "Are you hiring?" So that is what we are seeing here. Are you hiring? So we have this message being sent, and for example, someone from the audience wants to ask, "How would you implement that in real life RL?" I'm just going to send a message to that specific number. This message is being sent to the 46elk servers. We detect that it is associated with my account, Renee's account. That number is associated with a certain SMS URL. We push the messaging to that specific URL. That specific URL then handles, or the public server and the code handles it. So we can actually produce something on the screen of the server itself. So I'll push send here. Okay, doing it. Did it. I don't know if you can see it on the small screen, but now it's automatically refreshed. I can refresh it myself, but you can see that it has appeared. So a massive audience. You get a question. You set out the last slide is you opening up a browser, and then you say, "Okay, do you have some questions?" And you leave the number below. Also, that would be a good idea. How would you implement that in RL? So you can tell that it's Rene because I had set up it so that I have mapped it in the code so that some numbers are associated with certain names. If that wasn't the case, we would see just my whole phone number here. So yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much it. I kind of wanted to do this because I kind of feel that this is a very low hanging fruit for a lot of developers out there. So you could set up a server, a public access server, very easily. Set it up, I don't know, in LAMP. Copy paste our code, create an account with us, rent out a number. I think the number is €1 per month or something like that. So you don't have any extra expenses. You just kind of provide it for your end customer, and it brings a lot of value for them to have that extra channel of communication. So it's pretty cool to have. I kind of feel that it should be used more, and I kind of really wanted to make this video, and I will make more of these videos of turning our code into your business opportunities. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to comment later on. This is a live stream, so sometimes I don't pick up on all the questions in the chat. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Cool. So very nice to see you and talk to you, and see you next time. Bye.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Hey there, thank you for watching the Tech Talk. I would like to let you know about our cool meetup group called Startup Coffee Uppsala. Every first Tuesday of the month at 8 a.m., we kind of gather around and talk over coffee about interesting tech stuff. Feel free to join. I'll leave the link to it into the description. Bye.